chitin is a biopolymer that is abundant in nature, most commonly found in the shells of crustaceans and the cell walls of fungi. So now that we're all on the same page, let's get to the problem at hand here. Current chemical compound purchasers are switching from synthetic polymers to organic chitosan as an input in operations. Now, there just isn't enough supply of this to meet the surging demand. To restate that, chitosan is used in so many industries, and there is a global move to switch from synthetics to organic chitosan, that current producers just don't have the capacity to supply. This is a problem. Now, I've mentioned that chitosan is used in so many industries. So I'll list off just a few to give you an idea of just how broad the spectrum is. Chitosan is used as a coagulant and flocculant in wastewater treatment. It's even used to detoxify soil sediments and groundwater from fracking and oil and gas activities. It's used in the cosmetics industry, in moisturizers, body lotions, shampoos, soaps, and other toiletries. Chitosan is used in the biomedical and pharmaceutical industries as drug delivery systems, weight loss supplements, surgical sutures, bioadhesive bandages, bone regeneration accelerators, burn treatments, and so much more. It's used in agriculture, textiles, paper, food, the list goes on. And not only all that, but there are new uses for chitosan emerging every day. Now this is a truly versatile and valuable compound. So just how big is this demand? We're talking about a growing $21 billion global market. Now we solve this supply problem by producing chitosan. We produce a high-quality, organic chitosan intended for smaller users who purchase in smaller quantities. With this grade of chitosan, we can sell it at a higher price, ranging from $50 to over $100 per gram, and maintain our high margins by selling it in smaller quantities. So now let's talk a little bit about some of the market segments that we focus on. We target a small part of the market that no one's catering to. These are identifiable entities in universities, research institutes, and small drug developers and pharmaceutical companies. We target lab technicians, researchers, and graduate students at various industry-relevant trade shows and exhibitions. Now, we've identified a couple of potential early adopters of our product in Dalhousie University and BioVectra, a small company in Charlottetown, PEI. Some lab technicians at Dalhousie University have expressed interest in our product, and we will be working very closely with them as development progresses. Some of our competitors include BioMer in California and Primex in Iceland. Now, these are large companies, and they really cater to large organizations. This market is expanding so rapidly that there's even a small company right here in Fredericton that has opened up shop and started producing chitosan. Now again, this is an expanding market. So there's less room for rivalry, and it's easier for us to gain a strong position in the market.
So, we know that chitosan is used and derived from crustaceans and the cell walls of fungi. But we found a source of chitosan that no one else is using: green crabs. Green crabs are an invasive species found in abundance in the Atlantic. Known as the cockroach of the sea, they're eating shellfish, devouring ecosystems, and hurting the local fishing industry. Ann Sweeney and Colin McIsaac, two chief resource managers at the Department of Fisheries and Oceans, have told us that there's a desperate need for someone to come and solve the green crab dilemma. The demand for this is so great, they just need someone to help. So when we contacted the PEI branch of the Department of Fisheries and Oceans, they had their whole office on board for a conference call just to hear what we knew about green crabs and the situation at hand. Mr. McIsaac told us that there would be plenty of people on the island that would support a business like ours. We have created a business that will add value to the fishing industry while taking advantage of a species of crab that is practically free. Now, Don Sefton at the Bedford Institute of Oceanography told us that they caught 1 million kilograms of green crabs at Ketchimakuchik National Park over a 3-year period. 1 million kilograms. And traditional fishermen are forced to throw these things into the landfills because they're not allowed to release them back into water. We have seen tremendous support from these fishermen. Moreover, the crabs are too small and tedious to use for the meat, so we are literally the only ones interested in using them. And a study by the University of Prince Edward Island determined that green crabs have a higher chitin concentration than other crustaceans, meaning we will get more chitosan per kilogram than everyone else. Wade Murphy at the Marine Institute in Newfoundland and a chemical engineer in Halifax confirmed that by using our selected chemical-based process, we will be able to produce high ultra-pure grade chitosan. Now let's talk a little bit about revenues and how the money is made. Prices range from $50 to over $100 per gram based on the grade specifications. We know that based on a sales and production level of 1,000 grams per month, at the conservative base price of $50, we will be able to break even after 1 year. After the demand stabilizes in the first couple of years, we will be earning upwards of $150,000 per month. We'll use our chitosan as samples in order to entice early adopters and potential customers to spur a primary wave of sales. Now you're probably wondering how much this all costs. Well, the raw materials per kilogram of chitosan are $1,400, and that includes the crabs and the chemicals used in this process. This equates to $1.40 per gram. We operate on a pre-order sales model and use a just-in-time inventory management system in order to reduce our cash conversion cycle and mitigate inventory surplus.
So we've covered what chitosan is, and we've established a problem in this industry, as well as the customer segments that are suffering from it. We've thoroughly explored the depths of this business, everything from the problem to our solution, to our unfair advantage and our supply. So the real question is, where are we right now? Well, we have the business side covered by us. All the front-end components of the business, the three of us here can handle. So executing the business plan, selling, customer acquisition, establishing the finances. We have the tech side covered by Marla Reed, a chemical engineer whose thesis is actually on chitosan. Kristen Tweel, a PhD in pharmacology, who has deep links with BioVectra, potential early adopter, as Jessica had stated earlier. And Sylvie Cloutier, a technical product manager within the pharmaceutical industry, who has extensive knowledge on the purchasing habits and buying behaviors of these pharmaceutical-type firms. We have all the intellectual capital we need. We've talked to purchasers, we've talked to customers, fishermen, industry experts, chemists, researchers, government officials. We even have our own laboratory. What we need right now is $15,000 and a few key strategic partners to gain a strong foothold in this industry and propel us to the next 2 to 4 months of product testing and customer acquisition. We have traction, and right now we're putting together the components to cook our first batch of green crabs so we can assess the quality of chitosan that we can derive from their shells. Now don't worry, this won't be anything like Breaking Bad. After that, we'll have our product specifications and our lab logistics. So the funding that we get to actually follow through on this will create more funding opportunities and will create more investment opportunities while also creating more traction within the business environment. So to conclude, BioMer Innovations is a value-added chemical compound manufacturing company that specializes in producing high-quality chitosan derived from the shells of green crabs. Now, chitosan is used across multiple industries, including pharmaceuticals, water treatment, cosmetics, and even oil and gas. So we capitalize on the unique economic opportunities that are associated with the insufficient supply of chitosan, while simultaneously integrating a waste species into our supply chain to create a competitive advantage. We'd like to thank you for your time and attention, and we'll answer your questions.